Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the devlog for Moons and Crystal. Well, it's been a while since the last devlog, I feel. A large part of that, I dare say, is that the plant moon has taken quite a long time to complete. But it is now, I think, pretty much complete. All save for some minor touch-ups and one endgame section that I haven't yet figured out what to do with. It now has multiple levels, from the verdant canopy, down into the deep maze-like stems, all the way to the roots at its very core. And there are two bosses to be found and fought, one pre-existing and now polished, and the other added relatively recently. Less combatively, there's also a puzzle implemented since the last devlog, a little Mancala variant, more specifically an Aware variant, inspired by the version thereof in one of my favourite games, Quest for Glory 3. Still, not all work has gone into the plant moon. Indeed, quite a lot else has been done. To pass briefly through some of the smaller items, new enchantments and combat spells have been made, a new effect implemented for the ethereal, a new puzzle applied to the portal opening upgrade, a camera zoom added when approaching NPCs, an extension built onto the ossuary moon, and lots of tweaks and fixes. More salient than these, however, is the change that I made to the loading of levels. You see, in the early stages of the project, I designed the game such that, on starting play, it would load the entirety of the game world. This allowed for the player to go from one location to another with negligible delay. But even back then, as I recall, I was aware that this might become a problem. As the game became bigger, the initial load would presumably become longer, perhaps too long. And indeed, it did start to become so. And thus, at last, I sat down to rework the game's approach to loading. With this new approach, it would load just the current level, and load each new level only when the player entered. This does mean that there's a loading screen at each transition, but a much shorter one. Of course, this broke, well, quite a lot. Getting the revision working in the first place was quite a headache, and even once it was done, I kept finding some element or another that had been broken by it. Thankfully, not all of those fixes have been troublesome. For example, in the days just before the writing of this script, I attended to the revision of the map system, and that actually went pretty easily, I think. Now, moving away from the game itself, as I write this, it is near the start of December 2025. As such, my annual end-of-year holiday is about to start. Specifically, I intend to be on holiday from about the 15th of December 2025 to the 9th of January 2026, with work then resuming on Monday the 12th. And on that note, let me say, if you celebrate or observe anything at this time of year, then I hope that this year's is a happy one for you, and I hope that the new year brings to you much happiness in turn. Let me end, then, with one more addition to the game. You can now pet the baby winged serpent. That then is all for this devlog, and for this year. Stay well and thank you for watching.